Hey everybody, it's Cowboy Mike with the Cowboy Mike poker log, the Cowboy log. Put the mask on, the bandana for the full effect of the cowboy image. We are Cowboy Mike. This is Cowboy Mike Poker. We appreciate you like and subscribe to the channel. We also appreciate you make the comments on the YouTube channel if possible, so everybody can see them. So we're going to talk about the psychology of poker today. And we're going to talk about, and we're going to congratulate the day two people who made day two in the WSOP from the area. First of all, let's do that. Mike Nye coming back with 72,000 chips on day two. Suka, the Bazooka, coming back with 18,000 on day two of the main event. We got Ross Santos with a big stack. Matt Wantman, of course, an old regular Fox, was coming back. Robert Rizzuti, they call him Bald-Headed Bobby at Bally's. He's coming back with a stack, a decent stack as well. And Nick, 510 Nick, they call him here at Bally's. He's coming back with 81,500. So I think he's like the second in chips out of all the players that we know that are coming back. There's Alex also from Foxwoods. From Massachusetts is coming back. Justin Carey, congratulations. He's making a deep run also. He's got 107K going into day two. He just finished second in the Millionaire Maker for $1 million. Not bad for second place, Justin. 27-year-old young man from Somerville, Massachusetts, making his way up the poker ladder. Good to hear. Good to see the people from New England are making a headway. Also Joe Frizzy from New Hampshire, who appreciate you putting our blog on your page, and want to give you a shout out too. You're coming back for day two as well. There may be some people we missed, but let's talk about the ones we know. So, took a little cash game last night at Bally's. Bought in for just under $280. At a 1-2 table first, and shortly thereafter lost that. So I bought in for 600 at 2.5, and ran it up to 2,600 last night. I'm going to show you a couple of the hands at the table. Wild crazy table, wild crazy Saturday night poker at Bally's. Also shout out to the great one, the not so great one. There's a guy who's still rubbing his balls at the table. Even after I bashed him on the YouTube channel last week, he's still rubbing his balls. And I interviewed him. He's trying to tell me he has these special balls he rubs. But I don't know. It sounds kind of intimate to me, rubbing your balls at the table. Anyway, he had a good week, over 20K in tournament earnings. So somebody made a comment last night here at Bally's and said, is it sure win or is it sure to lose win? So you decide. Is it the great one or the not so great one? You decide. He calls himself the great one, but is he really the great one? You decide. You comment in the section below on that as well. We're playing a cash again at Bally's today. We're doing an interview with the not so great one yesterday, as I call him, but you can call him whatever you want. The great one at Mohegan, and we kind of got called by the floor not to videotape in Mohegan. So because there's people there who are not supposed to be there. I don't know, the America's Most Wanted or what they're talking about, but they said there's people here that are not supposed to be here. So that's all we got on that. But anyway, they're not supposed to be there. They shouldn't be there, right? But I thought that when you went into the poker room, in any poker room, generally when there is a tournament going on anyway, there's always a sign that says, you give the casino the right to videotape, that your picture will be. But Mohegan doesn't have that. Foxwoods does, I know, and so does Encore, and so does Bagada. Sometimes you have to sign a waiver when you play a tournament. But let's skip this for a minute and talk about the psychology of poker. at the table yesterday, and the guy is contemplating calling, and he says, I got 19 outs. Well, how do you figure 19 outs, first of all? Because some of your outs are gone. Think about it. You have 9 players at the table. In some cases, 10. So that's 18 cards there. 5 for the flop is 23. Correct? So that's almost half the deck. A little short of half the deck. 8 short of half the deck or something like that. So now, how many of those 18 cards were cards that you needed to hit your flush? Comment below, because when somebody says they have 19 outs or 17 outs or 15 outs, do they really have all those outs? No, they don't. But the psychology is they think they do. The other thing to talk about is getting aces cracked and getting kings cracked, and playing aces and kings. Because playing aces and kings, everybody looks down at pocket aces. Whoa, I got pocket aces. To be honest with you, I would rather look down at 8, 9 of spades than pocket aces, because I have more outs. I have more opportunities to hit a straight, a flush, and maybe not the nut flush, but generally speaking, when someone has a big hand, they telegraph it by making a big bet. So if you're in a cutoff with a suited connectors, if you're a smart poker player, you're probably going to call in that position to see the flop, because you kind of put them on a range already of, jacks, kings, queens, aces, whatever. And if it comes all low cards, you've got the range advantage at this point now, because they opened for 5x or 6x, and now you know that they've got a big overpair. So now if you flop 4 to a straight or 4 to a 3 to a flush, you're going to definitely continue there. So remember the psychology of poker. Remember we were talking about the psychology of poker is important to be realistic also. Not just think about the outs that you have. Think about the outs that you missed. Cowboy Mike with the Cowboy Mike Poker Cowboy log. I don't know what number this is, but it's a special edition from Bally's today, and it's a shout out to all the day 2 qualifiers in the main event in Las Vegas. Of course, they're not playing today, but when they get back on there, let's see who can make day 3, who can make the money. Cindy Spire also made day 2. I want to shout out to her. She's a great player. She always runs deep. I love playing against her. She's good competition. So, anyway, Cowboy Mike Poker, Cowboy Log, we're signing off.